Let's go.
Thanks for joining us today.
Who's that, Omar?
No matter where you are, World of Warcraft unites us all. Whether you're exploring the Shadowlands, Classic Azeroth, or another part of the Blizzard universe, I'm glad you could make it.
They have to do Shadowlands
because we've got a lot of good stuff to show you. But first,
Yo.
let's start with some Covenant Pride. Carrion, take flight. Hey, let the hunt begin.
What's that, chat?
Necrolords,
What's this, like Harry Potter?
That's Harry. Yo, Hogwarts? Hogwarts in the chat?
The world has thrown a lot at us since the last BlizzCon. And the thing that's really kept everyone going on the WoW team has been connecting
He does not have a green shirt on under that bowler
the
shirt.
bonds we forge with our guilds,
True.
Yeah,
our
so he's gonna rip it off
and
if
friends.
it's DC, you know?
WoW are
bowling shirt.
powerful and real. As WoW enters its 16th year and Blizzard celebrates its 30th anniversary, we're so grateful to have the most dedicated and friendly communities in gaming.
The production value on this is insane, this whole show, though. It's actually beautiful.
In WoW Classic, we fought an endless battle for South Shore and Tauren Mill.
Or are you talking about Classic? Let's see
We
it.
opened the gates of Ahn'Qiraj and joined forces to take down Kel'Thuzad in his floating citadel of Naxxramas.
Represent.
In Shadowlands, we helped our Covenant recover from the
They talked about Classic first?
brought on by Sire Denathrius, master of the Vinthier and traitor to the Pantheon of Death. We survived the halls of Torghast and crafted legendary gear in our efforts to expel Denathrius from his castle lair. But innocent souls are still wrongfully being sent to the maw. They face an eternity of torment, and heroes like Anduin remain chained in its depths. The jailer continues to grow in power. He's preparing to break free from the maw and complete his plan to unmake the entire Warcraft universe. And Sylvanas, you may be wondering what she's been up to all this time. Today, we're excited to unveil our first major content update for Shadowlands, Chains of Domination.
Okay, Chains of Domination.
Look around you!
What makes you believe you're not just a weapon to achieve his ends?
Enough!
I thought I saw
Join
us.
our cause.
She's gonna kill the
To
jailer.
serve.
All that shit, bro.
Right now, you
Disney,
hold the
Disney
power.
Prince Anduin?
Make your choice. Sylvanas Windrunner.
They're gonna hook up? Didn't sing a song about it?
Despite all our efforts, the maw continues to grow. What if Denathrius' treachery is irreparable? The Primus is lost, and Bastion cannot save the Shadowlands alone.
None of this should have happened.
Perhaps the Winter Queen could.
My Archon, a living soul, seeks an audience.
A mortal.
A king. By all our measures,
I
one
mean,
who has spent his life.
it looks polished and
striving
beautiful, but it looks like it's for
justice.
6-year-olds, man. But it does look beautiful though, right? In a
One
way,
who
it's
would
really
give
nice looking. It's just,
anything to serve his people.
looks like Moana 2, man. Moana 3.
Yo, that was Diablo.
One
I know.
whose heart
That was Tyrion, dude.
is true.
I'm not trying to show it.
Very well.
Yeah. They all look like
May
Tyrion.
approach.
I mean, he had the little wound.
You know where they dropping the Tyrion, the Diablo, the hint?
Step forward. My ascendant have spoken of you.
Def Camp, you're the resident Shadowlands expert. You gotta help us out here. Is anything happening here? Anything
Yeah, basically,
Could not hold me forever.
the Ninja Turtles
Why have you
or
come
I don't
to Bastion?
fucking know, dude. They're,
You have a key
he's gonna kill her. He's gonna kill her.
that I need.
This baby blues.
Oh no! He's the bad guy now. The Alliance of the
Will
bad guys.
release this soul with grasp.
No. He is bound.
Oh snap!
Just as you.
Yo, Shadow Priest cast mind control on him.
Baby blues talking with the D boys. Talking with the D boys
He
one time.
sounds like Chris. He sounds like Chris.
He's a Death Knight.
Oh shit!
Fucking Death Knight.
Betrayal, dude.
Justin Bieber just tapped with a sword.
Damn.
He thought he felt bad about it.
Vessel performed its part flawlessly.
Flawless victory, bro.
3 keys remain. Then they
Yo, do you have to fight Anduin in the raid? That's kind of dope.
death was never meant to be chained.
My prediction's gonna be, it's gonna work, guys.
There it is, boys. Chains of Domination. Get hype.
I'm pretty sure Def Camp literally called the end of the entire expansion already.
Thank you.
Like, I don't even know. I'm not even that big on like current WoW lore, and I know Def Camp has
I
it
know you
figured
probably
out.
have a lot of questions about what you
Yeah,
did
yeah.
and what it means for the next
No, we don't.
stage of your Shadowlands.
Not really.
Okay, go next,
Later
please. Go
today,
next.
my teammates Ian and Jeremy will be telling you more about Chains of Domination in our Shadowlands update. Please check out the
They should have threw Illidan in the background of that, just to give us something to wait for, you know?
Next, I'm excited to share
Okay.
our upcoming World of Warcraft charity pets.
What the fuck is that?
He said what?
Pets, and the opportunity to give to a good cause, along with ideas to make the program even better. So during this upcoming campaign, you'll be able to donate whatever amount you wish to directly support our chosen charity. Once donations reach our goal,
What did he announce? A soda flavor? Cherry something?
will get a pet for their collection as a thank you.
Listen,
Whether
they
you
had
were
to
able
squeeze
to
this in
contribute
before the
personally
classic announcement.
or
Nobody
not.
cares about.
And to make this a fun
True.
challenge,
Once TBC gets announced, it's over.
If they announced all the good stuff first, and then the cherry pet
bananas!
First pet is bananas.
Ooh, pog,
It was
dude.
originally available to a select few.
Yo,
back
can we
in
get
Burning
some
Crusade
resident
years.
sleepers
So
in the
we're
chat?
giving
Yo,
everyone
hype,
a
dude.
chance to adopt.
I love that cute little mohawk he has, bro. Let's go.
You'll also get it's an all-new pet will hang around your neck when you need a hug.
Yes,
Your
dude.
donations during
Fuck
this
yeah.
Dude, you get a
Do you
backpack,
think they'll give us some
bro.
hardcore pets?
Yes, man.
Yo.
I wouldn't. I'd use that little monkey to pick up my gold in Diablo,
also
though.
known by their French
Yeah,
name,
100%.
Sans Frontières, or MSF.
Yeah, that sloth would be sick if it was like
They're
if
an
it gave you
amazing
back
group
slots.
doing important work.
You wear it on your back like a backpack.
That would be
We're
awesome.
grateful
Yeah.
It just
to have
eats
such
shit
a
and throws it
generous
up when you
community,
need it.
and we hope you'll help support this worthy cause.
All right, awesome
We'll
lot
be sharing
pet. Very nice, very
details
nice.
about
Let's
the
go.
charity pet program on the World of Warcraft website soon.
Oh, here we
So
go.
We've talked quite a bit about Shadowlands.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Classic players,
Oh.
now it's your turn.
Oh shit! Oh.
It's time.
Teammate,
Yo, headphone
Molly
warnings for
She's
Cricks.
a longtime
Here we go,
WoW
here we go.
player, a veteran MMO developer.
Here we
She's
fucking
gonna
go!
tell us what's in store for WoW Classic.
Come on. Now we're cooking. Now we're on to the good shit, guys. This is amazing. All right. Watching history in the making.
Hi, everybody. First, I'd like to thank all of you who have ever been part of the WoW
She's
community
tall
over
as
the
fuck.
years.
Bro, she's
You know,
wearing TBC
online worlds
colors.
like WoW have been a huge part of our lives for decades now. As
I've
a
never seen her associated
dedicated
with Classic,
MMO
though. This is the
fan
first
and a
time.
developer myself, I remember hearing
Holly
that
Longlegs.
Blizzard
Where's
was going
Omar
to
at,
be
dude?
Their own MMO. And I thought,
Omar's
well,
ripped, man.
I guess I'll check out that beta.
Well,
And sure, we all call the game
Wow. Here we
but
go.
really, wow. I could not believe I got bit by the
Good
MMO
one.
bug again. I was so
Oh,
excited
fucking
to
Night
be
Elf
a
Hunters,
Night
dude.
Elf Hunter and be
God
like
damn
that
it.
famous Dark Elf Ranger from the books that I loved. I have to tell you,
It's like
Azeroth
they're intentionally
was,
blue balls
and
telling us, bro.
still is, a place I love to live. Since last year, I've had the great honor to work alongside the WoW Classic team
Yeah,
to
baby.
bring these nostalgic experiences back to life for longtime fans and a whole new generation of players. As a fan myself, I've had so much fun in WoW. From the simple
She
things
plays Classic
like
WoW.
drive-by buffing or making friends on that long haul from Teldrassil.
I would have preferred to have like Kyvax up here, community manager, maybe Omar,
Staggering.
but it's fine.
Like,
I just
Yo,
don't
she-
I mean, I
she
kind
plays
of
on
like
Peggle.
her. I kind of like
the
her.
dark
All right.
portal and was running through
She plays on
Hellfire
Peggle
Peninsula.
confirmed.
Heard this terrifying
Fell Reaver.
noise, and then saw the Fell Reaver.
Okay, they're talking about TBC stuff.
Biggest roamer I had ever seen.
Why would they talk about Fell
And
Reaver?
I was very glad I had feigned death in that moment. And that's the thing about WoW.
I'm getting chills.
These stories and
It's
experiences
like when they asked about vanilla ice cream, remember?
keep us coming
Yes.
back
Yep.
time after
Favorite
time.
flavor.
With that said, I'm super excited to be able to share with you where our adventures are taking us next.
Fucking cinematic.
Yes! This is it, I can tell, bro.
Prepare.
You dare enter my
I think we know what that means, man. Let's see if they do anything unique with it, though, right? Let's see. If we can.
Is this the Dark Portal episode?
Right?
It's fucking here, bud.
This is gonna be so good, dude.
we're actually going to be playing TBC Classic, man. Like, we're seeing it now.
I'm legitimately shaking right now.
Your force has brought you to this end. Take my blood and choke on it.
Death to the outsiders.
I'll turn your world upside down.
You are not
Let's go! Let's fucking go, dude!
Beautiful, man. That's what the logo looks like.
That'd be sick, dude. That's the logo.
That's the logo. That's the official logo.
The official leak was actually correct.
It was correct. It was correct. Look at that fire thing of villain in the background. That looked like an absolute unit, though.
Memories, right? Like exploring the fungal forests of Zangarmarsh, or being awestruck at the chaotic magic alive in Netherstorm, the Draenei in Exodar, the Blood Elves in Silvermoon. I love playing them. Do you choose to enlist the Aldor or the Scryers in your quest to fight the Legion? And of course,
Do we get a date?
can't forget gathering all your friends to fight Illidan at the top of the Black Temple.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's see.
Can't wait to relive it all with you. Since the team first set out on their own quest to bring the original WoW back to life, we have learned a ton about what players are expecting from this kind of experience. We've also learned when to keep things just as they were.
Oh shit! Okay, here we go.
Community
might be
engagement?
open to some changes.
Okay, no changes.
All these lessons into Burning Crusade Classic, with our primary goal to bring back the same feeling you had when you faced the Fell Reaver for the first time.
I see what they did there.
Or
I see what they did there.
when you were digging through piles of Fellhound poop.
Yes.
Of course, we
There
can't
we go.
get this right without you, our incredible community. Soon, you'll be able to revisit Outland yourself when beta starts and tell us what you think.
She said soon.
All WoW Classic players are going to be presented with a meaningful choice for
choice.
each one of your beloved characters. Do you want to move on into Burning Crusade Classic? Or do you want to stay
There it is.
in the original
So you can still play
Classic
Classic.
forever?
Yeah.
That's great.
Whatever you decide,
That's
you
fantastic.
can do it all with your one WoW subscription. Now, I know I've thrown a lot at you, but don't worry. We'll be getting into the details in
Kinda
a
later.
little
There we go.
today.
Okay.
So stick with us.
Oh my
We'll make
God,
sure
guys.
You are prepared.
There's actually a lot in there, man.
Okay.
I wanted to throw a by the way date.
TBC beta server. All right, let's talk, boys. Let's talk.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we know for a fact that you're going to be able to transfer your character, right? Like, that's it. You're going to be able to transfer your character. There's still a lot to talk about.
Okay.
But holy fucking shit was that. I'm fucking out.
So Classic WoW will still be preserved as well, right? You can still play vanilla servers.
They're going to continue on the realms as they are into TBC, and they're going to give you the option to transfer your character for free to a Classic permanent.
Also, they're definitely going to do some changes, right? The way they said it.
For sure.
Like, there will be some changes.
So Melderon thinks that there isn't going to be fresh when she said forever. He said fresh classic.
No fresh TBC.
Well, here's the thing. They could bring out fresh TBC realms that are just like, I mean, like, because they're going to need more realms probably, right? So they could start, but then the question is, are people going to be allowed to transfer there from the beginning? So we still got a lot to talk about. Right, there's still a lot to go over.
I kind of do play Hearthstone a little bit on the side. You know, I used to play it a lot back in the day. So I'm down to like give it a shot if you guys are just like listening to it.
Yeah. Let's listen to it.
I love Hearthstone.
All right.
And see what's in store.
Like, this is my third favorite game probably after.
Welcome to the year of the Griffin.
I think she's
This is fourth, but still.
Over the last couple of years, we've made big changes to Hearthstone. Throughout the year of the Griffin, we want to keep delivering fun, new experiences and make sure that the tens of millions of you playing Hearthstone are always excited to log in. First up, we'll be giving the standard format its biggest shake-up ever, with the launch of the Core Set later this year. The Core Set replaces the old Basic and Classic sets with a collection of 235 cards made up of some of the best from throughout the years, as well as 29
Dr. Boom coming back.
brand new cards.
Hearthstone Classic?
The best thing about the core set is that it's entirely free.
Okay.
So, there's never been a better time to get into Hearthstone.
The community really turned on them,
Here
right?
are
Because of
three
the
of
monetization
Hearthstone's
recently, so they're trying to fix
legendary
everything.
dragons.
Yeah,
Reimagined
big time.
to feel more up to date and competitive for modern day Hearthstone.
Okay.
Ysera's back.
Dreamer. You'll finally
Yo, Ysera was so
full
broken,
arsenal
dude.
of dreamers.
They changed it though. You get all the dream cards. Look at that.
She's a nightmare for
Yeah.
your opponents.
It's really strong.
Malagos the
Yo, I want
Spell.
Dr. Boom.
He'll fill your hand with spells.
I want Dr. Boom.
I want old classic Raggy back, bro. 8/8. Ping him for 8.
Of the aspect
Yeah.
of magic.
Dude, Dr. Boom
And
was
finally,
a bad card because
everyone's
every single deck had a Dr.
Black
Boom.
Dragon,
Yeah, that's why I want it back.
Deathwing.
Deathwing?
He's still as destructive as ever.
That's kind of
But
bad.
timed
What?
correctly, he won't leave
They nerfed him.
empty-handed.
Yeah, this looks good.
We'll also be launching a brand new format, Classic, where you
Classic.
can play Hearthstone.
Hearthstone Classic confirmed?
When it first launched.
Wait, what?
The Classic format will be fully supported, complete with ranks and awards, using Hearthstone's original set of cards.
Leroy Jenkins coming back?
If you want to relive the old school experience, then Classic is the place for you. With Classic revisiting
I'm playing the turn 5 rogue deck. Draw your entire deck on turn 5 or 6.
Oh, yeah.
The first expansion of the year of the Griffin.
Was that your Grim Patron deck in season 1?
You might be muted too, Chris. I'm not sure if you're trying to chat with saying you're muted, but you might be stuck in your chat.
You have come for adventure.
The panel's in a half hour, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm just leveling and Outlands until then.
Hey, that's kind of cool. I saw this is Crossroads. That's vanilla. You see that?
Yeah, this is sick.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, sick.
Must be key
Yo, those cold cards fuck, guys.
and your heart.
Oh, they're called. It's Hearthstone Classic, so they're like taking the classic world and putting it into the. Ooh,
That's
I
actually
am mildly
sick, dude.
titillated right now, dude.
Here's his RFP.
And honor. This is who we are.
One time.
It looks so kiddie though. At the same time, doesn't this look like something you see the Door of the Explorer special, man?
Yo, that's Samwise GG's Hearthstone back, bro.
Okay, I will say,
One of Warcraft's most iconic.
it actually looks kind of cool, man.
The
Like
Barons. And we'll come face
a
to face
Baron's
with
Hearthstone
heroes
expansion.
Yeah, that's actually dope.
with one of the
That is really
most
fucking
It's better than like the
iconic,
Goblin
well-known
Clown Fiesta or something. You know,
A
like,
fierce loyalist, one-time war chief that embodies the honor, loyalty, and spirituality of the Horde. Shadowhunter Vol'jin. Shadowhunter
Yes.
Vol'jin is a neutral legendary that allows you to either bolster your own board or weaken that of your opponents. And to celebrate the announcement of Forged in the Barrens, this card is available for free.
Yo, she's punching a Chakey, I think. That's a Chakey right there. That
So
orc
log
in the
into
back.
Hearthstone and claim your
That's
free
actually
copy
sick.
of Shadowhunter Vol'jin. And
That means
as
the
a
next
bonus,
like expansion is gonna be like Westfall or something like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I like it. It's pretty much as cool as
30
Hearthstone
years
could
of
be. You
Blizzard
know?
card back.
Yeah.
Next, we have another hero of the Horde who is making his first appearance. in
Segra
Hearthstone.
Darkhoof. Say it, Ursula.
The legendary Blade Master.
Who's that guy?
Who is that? I'm a Baron's aficionado. I haven't heard of Baron's some Blade Masters.
Frenzy activates the first time a minion takes damage.
I was expecting Man Crick.
In some
I know, right?
This can be used to clear your opponent's board. Heroes of the Horde, like Samura, are famous for their combat prowess. But
He's not a
others,
classic.
like Thrall, are known for their powerful element.
Enlightening.
Take a look at this new
A
spell.
down rank?
Chain is a spell in a new
You see that? Rank 1? That's like, they're literally taking a page out of Classic. This card is sick, dude.
mana.
That is pretty cool.
The down rank?
Always useful.
That's sick.
That's a homage to Classic,
That is
bro.
right.
You'll also notice that they're categorized as nature spells. With Forged in the Barrens, we'll be permanently introducing spell schools across the entire game, which enables a whole host of exciting new strategies. And don't worry, members of the Alliance will be featuring some of your most beloved heroes and locales later this year.
I love the Hearthstone music, dude. This music in the
What I
background is
love
so
most
good.
about the Warcraft universe is its amazing characters. And our final announcement
I mean, this is
our most ambitious addition to Hearthstone yet. It introduces a brand new way to play with your favorite heroes.
Okay.
Hearthstone Mercenaries.
Okay.
Mercenaries features strategic RPG gameplay, where you build teams consisting of some of the most iconic heroes and villains from the Warcraft universe, including timeless characters like the infamous Sylvanas Windrunner, and Ragnaros, the elemental lord of fire. You can also expect
Is this just League of
some of
Legends?
Hearthstone's fan favorites,
Like whatever
like
that
the
is?
unstoppable devil
Like
sword,
tactics or whatever it's called?
and the ever-growing Gruul the Dragon Slayer.
Hold on, let's see.
You'll lead them in battle through highly replayable roguelike missions, where the map is randomly generated.
Oh, it's like Teamfight Tactics or some shit?
Oh, it's
Each
roguelike,
zone represents
bro.
a unique challenge for your team to take on. Your heroes gain levels, new abilities,
Yeah, how does it play?
and even evolve into more powerful versions of themselves. We're thrilled to finally show you Hearthstone first. It is scheduled to launch later this year. And
It could
we'll have more
be,
to share
cool if they do it
down
like
the road.
Darkest Dungeon did.
Everything you've seen today is just
Diablo
a
coming up?
taste
Diablo?
of the Year of the Griffin.
Look, okay, so look how everything looks really pretty, and I give them great kudos. It's high production value, but look how sick Diablo is compared to them. It's like a different company making it.
On the core set, the new classic.
Where are you seeing Diablo? Am I
No,
behind?
when it comes up, I'm just saying, you've seen how all that assets look so far. Like, it literally looks like for 4-year-olds, but I still appreciate it
I want
and
to
think it
thank
looks
the
beautiful.
team for their amazing work. And on behalf of all of us at Hearthstone, we want to thank the many millions of you who play our game. Your dedication and support is what drives us to make awesome updates and pursue ambitious and fun ideas. We can't wait to kick off the Year of the Griffin with all of you, and we hope to see you in the game soon. Next up, you'll get an update on all things.
Here it is, here it is.
Yes, dude!
Here we go.
Let's fucking
Yo,
go.
look how much cooler this looks, bro. Come on, son. I love WoW just as much as anybody else. An actual badass game. Can we get some poggers in the chat? Oh, man. They even darken the stage.
Oh my god.
I am so excited to kick off the Diablo segment of our show, and I am honored to be here on behalf of all of our Diablo
The chills. I literally have goosebumps.
Me too.
We've got a lot of Diablo to cover, and I hope you'll agree with me that it's a great time to be a member of this community.
Oh.
All right, let's kick
I
things
want
off
that
with
shirt,
Diablo
dude.
4. We first shared our game with you during BlizzCon
Even the music,
2019, and we've been truly humbled by your
Look
response.
at the logo.
We've kept in touch
It's actually
with
clean.
early updates and sincerely appreciate the thoughts and valuable feedback you've provided as we
Look at that art style, Cargos.
I know, dude. I know,
in its
bro.
development. After all, Diablo belongs to you as much as it belongs to us.
Wow, what a great statement, actually. The first, like, honest, cool thing they've said, I swear.
Teased an update to our campfire screen.
If you love your IP, you give it away.
Fans, of course, understood that we meant more than just the character lighting and fire.
So
visual
cool,
effects.
the background.
That's right. Today,
Notice
we're
the
happy to
stark
announce
difference in art
Brave
style.
Soul
Oh.
joining the barbarian, the
New class?
sorcerer, and the druid on this dangerous journey back to
Music,
Sage.
that music.
A class
say
is
Amazon.
one of the most exciting
I don't care what it is, take my money.
in the Diablo game.
Take my money.
This one is especially exciting to me as it's a re-envisioning of one of the first classes to ever appear in the series. Let's have a
Amazon,
look.
dude.
Oh my god, they have a trailer for it too?
Oh my
You're kidding me, bro. You're kidding me.
Barb's already announced. It's gotta be Amazon. They're not doing Sorceress. They did Wizard and Diablo 3.
Paladin? No.
It can't be Assassin. It could be Assassin, actually.
Yo, we can't about to become a Diablo Andy, man, I swear.
I already am, bro. Join me in Melbourne. Oh my fuck, this...
Imagine if Warcraft looked like this. Hello, hello,
This is a
hello.
paladin. This is a fucking paladin.
It's gotta be
guys.
Paladin, right? Has to be.
It's a fucking paladin.
And granted mercy.
No?
And granted.
Are they debating us?
What are
It's an assassin?
Is not the time.
But this is confession.
Rogue?
No, it's assassin.
She's putting a severed ear on the table. Imagine making savage cool video games. Imagine.
You stole from those more fortunate. I strayed from your light.
Collecting ears. You love to see it.
In the shadow.
This is a throwback to D2, bro.
Shooting people through the throat. You love to see it.
Murder. I say, job well done.
Oh, this is sick. We have our assassin back, dude.
I am a thief, a heretic, a murderer, father. Will Akarat save me?
Say yes.
You mock our light. But those monsters were a scourge upon my folk. And you were the answer to their prayers.
Then yourself. And you owe me.
The name you see is. Thank the heavens for you.
Heavens. I assure you, Father.
She has no ear herself.
The heavens didn't send me.
That's his daughter?
It's a fucking rogue!
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Is it just me or is it another game studio making this, bro? This is so much cooler than anything they've said or done. Like, can they just splinter off and make their own game company? Hello?
D fucking one vibe, dude.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
How is this even for the same audience? How are they even showing this at BlizzCon? It's so different compared to everything else.
But it's not like an original rogue. They do melee and shit. Like,
Yeah. Will they have traps?
oh, volley? What?
Ooh, what was that?
Yo. Dude, that looks fucking.
Look at that logo. Look at that logo. I might even get that tattooed on my face, bro. No,
Look at all the ears, dude.
Ear collection.
He's got the string of ears.
Yo.
What a
Guys.
Chad.
Guys.
Wow.
Yo, this game is so sick.
Sound of
bro.
that ear getting pierced by the hook is so brutal. I feel like it's gonna.
The Tristram music comes in right there, bro.
I've been a huge fan of the
first
Rogue
fucking
ever since
Diablo.
the original Diablo. Even seeing them come back as NPCs and mercenaries in Diablo 2's Rogue Encampment served as a great bridge between the games. With the setting of Diablo 4 being a larger world than we've ever played in before, we're
Hey, you guys open
excited
up the beta right now if you're gonna do
not
that.
just what the successors to the
Can you
original
really?
Rogues in the series
This is my Blizzard right here. This is my Blizzard. Not the other Blizzard,
but
bro.
also what some of the other rogues in the world
Can
of
you link it,
Sanctuary might
Chris?
look like.
Do it now.
The mantra
Fuck
for
yeah,
Diablo
thank you.
4 has been customization first. And the rogue
On the very top right, you'll see opt in for the beta, and just do it right now before anybody else does. It just now started like 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago? Okay.
Yeah.
Able to adapt to any situation. Our goal is to let you create the kind of rogue.
This is my Blizzard, though, man. It's so far removed from everything else going on. They need to just make their own company. They need to make their own company and base somewhere else, man.
Cloak and dagger rogue from the darkest alleys of Chaldea. In Diablo 4,
Cloak and
you
dagger
have the
rogue
freedom
was sick,
to create
dude.
the rogue that you imagine by customizing the looks, the background, and the playstyle of your character. Please stick around for our segment later today, where I'll be joined by other members of the Diablo 4 team to share a closer look at the rogue class, as well as some of the open world gameplay that we're bringing to the game. Spoilers, those severed ears are not just for show. But Diablo 4 is not the only Diablo game we're talking about today.
Come on,
If
baby.
you're looking for an authentic Diablo experience,
Oh god, here comes
we've got
Immortal.
you covered. Diablo Immortal has everything you'd expect from a AAA action RPG. From the visceral combat and epic loot.
It's right under subscribe now.
I'm
Yeah,
ready to
yeah,
go
let's
to
go.
the events of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. Later today, you can join the Immortal team. They'll talk about
We're opting in for the betas, or
from their recent alpha test.
wait? He said it's not all.
For the game. But that's still not all.
Okay, come on. Please, God, please, God.
Exciting Diablo news to cover. When you hear us talk about the classes, the items, or the stories of the early Diablo games,
He said early Diablo games.
we have picked up on the absolute reverent tone we reserve for that golden era of Diablo.
Oh, please, one
Share
time.
that love of the classics, and just hearing us talk about them makes you want to take on Mephisto or Baal one more time. Or maybe even for the first time.
What's happening?
After all, some of our favorite
Oh, Winky, I'm gonna be heartbroken. I'm gonna be heartbroken if it's not Winky. I swear to God, bro.
No, he said one more time. He said bail one more
I have a
time.
surprise for you today. Let's check it out.
I've never wanted anything more. I actually
This
went
is
to
it.
sport
This
DC
is
Classic, maybe. No way. Please, please be D2 Resurrected. Please. Oh.
That's Bale talking.
Please be D2 Resurrected. Please channel your energy, chat. Please, I just need this help from you, chat. One time. I need your energy, chat.
This is it?
Please, bro. I'm about to break something. No, that's a 2.
No fucking way.
Oh my God.
Get the music.
Though this be our darkest hour,
It's happening, guys.
No way, dude. The music, everything, bro. Splinter off, Diablo team. Make your own company, please.
Look at the fucking graphics.
Oh my God, it actually looks sick.
Guys, it's fucking happening.
It's happening, bro. Where's Melderon Death? Where is he? Yo, it looks sick, dude.
Fucking God.
It actually looks serviceable graphics. Fresh coat of paint. On PC and consoles, which is fine. With cross progression.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
Bro, about to quit WoW.
I'm not. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It looks so good.
It's fucking here.
Bro.
It's fucking here.
Why are we more excited about this than BBC Classic?
So fucking good.
This fucking year.
This year, Diablo?
I'm signing up right fucking now. Diablo.com.
After more than 20 years, the
I love this theme, bro.
Holy shit.
once again, he travels east. Always east.
Oh my
Diablo 2 is a landmark game for Blizzard. Diablo 2 Resurrected is a full HD remaster of both the original
fucking
and expansion.
They need to make their own company. Diablo Games or something. I don't know.
2D sprite-based
It
classic that we love, and brings it into the present in 3D, utilizing up-to-date graphical rendering and lighting technologies.
Do you know how fucking hard this was for them? They lost the Diablo 2 game files, guys.
Recreated shot for shot.
Compare
explicit
and
go put in for the alpha right now, guys. Go put in the alpha right now. Diablo.com.
And the pacing of the original movies. Blizzard has a long history of games that we're proud of. And when we think about Diablo 2, we think about it as a definitive pillar in our foundation.
Yo.
Now, it's funny to think that some of you weren't even born when D2 was released. Which makes it all the more important that we deliver an authentic experience wherever you play. We want everyone to relive their memories.
Does that mean I can cheese Mephisto runs
very first
forever?
time on their platform of choice.
Diablo game this year? New Diablo game this year?
Bring Diablo 2 Resurrected to PC and console, along with cross progression. And for those of you who are in love with the original, and you just wish it worked more seamlessly on modern computers, you can bring back all of that nostalgia exactly as you remember. And
Okay.
enjoy
Yo. So you can play it the original way too, but
much
with
like we did with StarCraft Remastered.
probably with 60 FPS though, 60 FPS, right? Because the FPS was a big issue. Probably 1920 by 1080.
Today, Diablo speedrunner Mr. Llama
Mr. Llama?
with members of the development team on the dedicated Diablo channel. If you are a Diablo 2 fan, I encourage you to take a look.
On the dedicated Diablo channel.
Am I dreaming right now?
From Diablo 2 Resurrected to Burning Crusade
I'm never playing TBC.
to the Blizzard Arcade.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's a whole lot of looking
It's not. I'm sorry.
And while we have teams dedicated to bringing these timeless
Here we got the baby
experiences
music again.
into your hands, it's actually a very small percentage of our
New game?
developers working on these projects. Far more people
What?
are working on the future of Blizzard. And in addition to what we'll be talking about during the show, we can't wait to tell you even more about our plans over the course of this year and beyond. If you had
I think
asked
Blizzard
30 years ago what gaming would look like,
fucking did it.
none of us could have predicted
This is best case scenario. BlizzCon, right?
the advancement
Absolutely.
in technology.
D2, TBC Classic,
Really,
the Hearthstone Classic is kind of fucking cool too.
it's even more
D4.
Think about the people who play games and the communities that have grown up around them. The way people can connect instantly, no matter where they are in the world. The way people are increasingly able to express their identity and celebrate who they are through their favorite
No
games,
Overwatch announcement?
communities, and platforms. The explosion of things like streaming, cosplay, and esports.
Online is what it's called.
It would have been hard to imagine any of that 30 years ago. And at Blizzard, that is
Yo, Overwatch fans are mad. Remember last BlizzCon cargoes all Overwatch?
there is so much that we're working on. And some of it you already know about.
You can play Diablo 2 in up to 4K.
When the time is right.
Wow, that's insane, man. Yo, you want to hear something kind of weird though? Unsettling?
The worlds of Warcraft.
I don't even know what this guy's saying right now.
StarCraft, Heroes of the Storm,
Character boost 58.
and Hearthstone are diverse.
You can pump 58 character
instant
boosts on
58.
TBC?
Yeah.
We are not only iterating on the
Instant 58,
Are you
bro.
talking about WoW?
Instant 58 TBC.
How do you know? Where did that come
People are
from?
DMing me right now, the image of it.
more play.
Wait, what? Oh, no.
Posting in the Discord.
And we aspire
There's character
to
boosting?
continue to lead on priorities like
Probably, yeah.
accessibility,
You don't have to do classic leveling anymore. Just go
No,
straight to 58.
dude. No.
that have a
Oh,
positive
hardcore 1 to 60 just got so easy.
Did you guys see the character boost?
continue to bring
Posted it.
That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I just sent it to you.
Also
And just
clone
right now.
one character? Also clone one
Easy.
character?
No, Burning Crusade boost.
Diablo.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
That's kind of bullshit, though, to be honest.
Just one, who cares? You can't do Drain Out or
Oh, you can only do one?
yeah, you get one per account, and you can't do Drain Out or Blood Oath.
Similarities between us.
And you can't do it on Classic Era Realms, which is
Nope.
good.
Still, I
So
do
there's
think,
my Orc Warlock right there. Now I don't have to level one up. What's up?
There
I mean,
are
that I think that's really bad, personally. I mean, I'm still really happy with everything going on. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be
Oh, the
like.
beta's just for the boot. Oh, that's just for beta?
finally
The boost
unveil those
is?
games and experience.
Oh, if it's just for beta, then fuck it.
Oh, just for
It
beta?
doesn't say that anywhere. No, chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Who you are.
It says if you don't have characters ready for the journey beyond the Dark Portal and are interested in adventuring an outline with your friends, we will offer an optional level 58 character boost service closer to the launch of Burning Crusade Classic. That's actually horrible, bro.
of lasting
Wow.
It's one level 58. Why is that? Why is there a trip on that?
It removes it just removes the leveling from the game, pretty much. It's like what they did in the later versions of the game.
True.
epic entertainment
Oh well, who cares? TBC.
ever. Along with our
Maybe
led
is
by
it only
play first.
before TBC comes out?
No, it's just a service. You can just so you basically don't have to level anymore. Just
Of all
It says it on the bottom.
Yeah, it says it right on the bottom.
well, what is a
still don't
service?
like
That doesn't
it.
sound like a service. That sounds like I mean maybe. All
A
right,
one-time service, maybe.
maybe a one-time
this
service.
year
I'm hyped about Diablo. That shit was
and the
hot.
next 30 years. Now, what's coming next for the show?
Look at this shit I just put in the chat, guys.
Well, it depends
Sign up for the alpha.
on where you watch.
And you can, there's a scroll bar. You can just scroll the video and see the new graphics,
Update
bro.
on Overwatch. Check out.
I mean, you could just make a new account,
Take a
though.
Look into the development of Overwatch 2 over on their dedicated channel right after the conclusion of opening ceremonies. There, you'll hear about Overwatch to
Diablo 2 Remastered looks better than Diablo 3 does right now in terms of graphics.
Yeah, I'm so excited for it, man.
more of what we think will make Overwatch 2 a unique gameplay experience. For World of Warcraft, Diablo, and Hearthstone, you'll get a closer look on their respective channels. And on the dedicated strategy channel, some StarCraft legends will be going head-to-head in epic competition. Once again,
Where's these channels at?
welcome to BlizzCon Live. Be good to one another. Welcome home. Before we kick things off, here's a little something from a previous BlizzCon headliner.
Damn, bro. So much happening.
Hey, thanks for having us. We're Metallica. Thanks for having us at BlizzCon 2014. We would love to be there this year, but obviously can't be. So here we are, and this is for you.
It's the halftime show. Fuck yeah, boys.
Turning it down a little
There's
bit.
another thing I posted in there that just said another service.
Another service?
Can I keep my character in an era realm and a progression realm at the same time? Yes.
You can clone your characters.
Where are you guys seeing all this at?
In the Discord chat.
Wait, I'm hearing seals are cross faction as well. What?
I don't know, man. I don't know about this, man. It kind of is making. I don't know. I have to think about it more. So there's a boost service to 58, and you can clone your character over.
No, that's good though. That means
Is
if
it?
you
What?
clone your
characters. Yeah, that's normal.
You can keep it on classic realms and then go into TBC with it at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, do you like that?
Yeah, I love that. I don't because I want my progression, my character to stay classic forever, right? Like I want to be able to go back into max 2 years from now.
Yeah. I mean,
but I also wanted to go into TBC with my warlock, you know.
It all kind of devalues like leveling though, right? Because having a high level just means less and less now. If it's so, they're gonna be plentiful. But maybe that's fine. Maybe most people like that, you know. I don't know. You see what I mean though? Like just leveling the character up like means almost nothing. You know, which is I mean we always have hardcore, right? We always have hardcore. It's fine.
You always have hard, but it's 2021, man. TBC, it's not going to be the same experience. So, I mean, that doesn't justify putting in boosting, but I don't know. It's not going to be the same experience that it was in the past.
I cannot explain to you guys what I'm feeling right now.
I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this, guy. Like everyone was talking about it, but I didn't think it was gonna actually fucking happen. Like I really didn't.
Yeah. Okay, let's debrief a second here while they're playing. I mean, initial impressions is Diablo team is doing it the best. It looks like a totally different game company. It's the one game that's like that's actually badass and cool. The other ones, like there are redeeming elements. Like you know, I love WoW as well, but you know they all look like very very kid games. It almost looked like. Why are they presenting that Diablo stuff during the same show? Almost, right? It looked so different.
Will I be able to level up Blood Elf or Draenei characters in advance? Yes, sometimes before Burning Crusade Classic is released, the game plan will be updated and players who wish to level up a Blood Elf or a Draenei character to 60 can do so without restrictions.
No fucking way!
Wait, say it again?
Will I be able to level up a Blood Elf and Draenei character in advance?
Dude, the precedent is gone. Hashtag no changes. Let's change the entire game. I mean, the fact that they're allowing pre-patch leveling, anything's on the table now.
That means TBC might be amazing. They can fuck with it and make it good.
Sure.
That doesn't bother me as much. I mean, because the Pallies on the Horde, like, so I mean, people. Time. None of this is like in 58, bro. Think about how sweaty people are.
Yeah, everybody, if you're not multi-boxing, you have 2 or 3 accounts. You just boost 3 characters. Which is cool, that's the
Blood is far more powerful, so but with Burning Crusade Classic, both factions will learn the opposite faction's version of the seal at level 70.
Okay.
Okay, that's a big change.
Both
Wow.
factions both factions get the seal?
Yeah, that's probably good news actually. Holy shit.
That's biz.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty
huge.
That's massive.
good.
We're gonna have
That's
alliance
good.
players.
We're gonna have alliance. Yeah, we're gonna have alliance players.
Okay, I like
Let's
that.
go.
A lot of shit happening though. Like
Hashtag changes. New trend for TBC.
I just bought the collector's edition of Diablo 2 Remastered. I cannot fucking believe it. I literally just paid the money right now.
Really?
I own it, bro. I own the game. It just needs to come out now.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited. The Diablo stuff blew me away.
Once the decision is made to leave a character on a progressive classic realm, you are no longer able to bring that into TBC and vice versa. One-time chance to bring your character over.
Yeah, you get the one opportunity before it releases, right? They're gonna have a window, I'm assuming.
So it's not going to be a forever thing. So you.
Oh no! That one clone service, you can do it for one character, where you can have like my warlock on both. I can copy him over to the TBC and have him on classic.
I love that because the only people that give a fuck about that, Cargos, are people who are already 60 that want to live in classic forever, right?
So you're saying people that make accounts after this little window wouldn't be able to just get instant 58?
They'd probably be able to get one. No, not the instant. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the cloning. The cloning is cool in my opinion.
Okay.
The instant 58, I think it doesn't, honestly, it's not going to make a huge difference. People that want to play TBC with their friends are just going to get to have a single character at 58 and skip classic leveling.
Okay. A lot of things just happened.
The cross-platform with cross-save capability on Diablo 2, Gargos, I can go to your house with my Switch and play.
Wait, did you guys hear about pre-nerf bosses?
No.
Wait,
yes.
What? Where are you guys reading this shit?
Discord. Wait, in Discord? What Discord?
Where's this information coming out?
Okay, hold on. I'm getting it right now.
Is there another panel?
Holy shit!
What?
For several bosses, bug fixed and nerfed in Burning Crusade, but players might be interested in trying their hand on fights that are far more challengeable. For instance, Lady Bash, the final encounter SSC was incredibly difficult to kill, and then she was nerfed. But Blizzard will let her launch in pre-nerf form, so guilds that win a challenge can try their hand at that before eventually bringing the nerf. It's pre-nerf.
What?
Fucking pre-nerf.
That's actually dope. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I mean, you right, Rex, or no?
No, some.
Right. Okay.
Well,
Pretty good. I just think,
Who is USAA made for? It's made for him, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. Become a member. Get an insurance quote today.
You can do it with one per account, right? Like it's not going to be a massive thing. I don't think someone's going to boost something to farm gold with, right? They're not going to boost their main character. They already have their main character, right? Like I don't think TBC is going to bring in 400,000 players that never played Classic. It's going to be the majority is going to be people who already have been playing Classic and then go into TBC anyway. They're going to have tunes.
yeah, I mean, you're just going to be able to play whatever class you want, which may be good. That may be a good thing,
Like, if you want to, I definitely don't think it's a good thing.
Here comes the World of Warcraft panel, right?
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Yo, can we take bets on which question is going to be the red shirt guy type question?
Here it is. Here it is.
Oh. What do you guys?
Where
you guys
go? Deep dive. I'm watching it on BlizzCon.com.
I'm doing the YouTube.
Yeah, and then you go to World of Warcraft. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Welcome everyone to our deep dive panel for WoW Classic.
Oh my God, for WoW Classic?
WoW Classic first on the deep?
Holy shit.
They recognize, dude. They know what people want.
Yeah.
Holly Longlegs.
Ooh, I have to pee so fucking bad. Oh my God.
Yo, look at that mug, though. I want the cup. She plays well.
We had a panel like that, and he was following BlizzCon. I posted it, but nobody's saying anything.
We just posted it.
Been on WoW for most of that time.
I kept it in.
Haven't WoW played myself, and really excited to put up the Druid as well. So, my name is Brian Birmingham, and I'm the lead software engineer on WoW. Blizzard for 15 years. I started in World of Warcraft, I spent about 3 years on Hearthstone as well, and then came back to the World of Warcraft team to work on WoW Classic. It's been a great joy to me to work on this team.
There's a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
So earlier we announced
Here it is.
Burning Crusade Classic is coming, but there's a lot more to it. Let's take a look at the features, because
Not yet.
Maybe it was fun.
I mean,
Wow.
right.
Wow.
I was so excited by playing Draenei and Blood Elves. I played both, and I will say my heart's with Alliance. And I also took up jewel crafting on my Draenei Shaman. I wanted to corner the market. Just the whole notion of having items with sockets and just exploring that whole system. I'm also a bit of a systems nerd. So I completely lost my time for weeks in there.
Burning Crusade, I remember being there back then. I mean, it was our first expansion ever. So all the new features was like this really cool moment of like what's coming next, what's going to happen, and one of the things that was pretty impactful to the game was Horde having paladins and Alliance having shaman. I mean, as an avid PvPer myself, I remember going back and trying to fight shaman. I was Alliance back then, and just not understanding that class at all because my team didn't have it. So like I try to poly them and then be like grounding totem. I didn't know what that was. It's just like, why are shaman immune to everything? I don't understand.
That's not what you said.
Yeah, no, I did.
No, you said they're cheating.
I understood they were Druids, but shaman, why? Like now I started to understand shaman a little bit better. We got some of their benefits.
About grounding
got to see totally placed out on my side for once. I got to see the frustration of dealing with Bubble Hearth on the other.
Yeah, I remember when I was doing raids, we were always jealous of the Alliance having paladins for Blessing of Salvation. Like,
this is how
people pulling aggro off me, and I've been yelling at them, like, wait for 3 Sunders. And the Alliance is like, no, it's no problem. Just go.
So hey, I mean, we were upset raiding like Razorgore without Earthbind. And really even the playing field for both PvE and PvP, which was kind of cool. But there were a ton of new features and just ability. There's the this week as we got to level 70 and got to experience new content, new things. I remember one of my first experiences with understanding what it meant for
I'm feeling so weird right now. So much information.
Because I was an engineer, right? I wasn't a designer. I was working on like the live.
I hate to sound like a doomer right now, but honestly, like I don't think anything tops Diablo 2.
I was playing my class. I don't play a mage, and
I don't think they could.
I sent this long email to Tom Schill.
Unless they say TBC comes out tomorrow, that's my highlight.
Dawson Manifesto.
I just feel like I would vibe so much harder with the Diablo team too, the people making the game, right?
And what was it was things like bring down.
They're the only ones with tattoos. I'll leave it at that.
And I didn't even necessarily tie those two together because that's a pretty good idea. Give mages their visibility.
I'm stoked. TBC, don't get me wrong, I'm going to be pumping like no other, but D2 changed my life as a kid, and it's about to change my life all over again.
on the other side of that, I was really excited about Spell Reflect because I was really frustrated having polymorphed and being able to like reflect that back on the mage.
Yeah, they get you like drinking blood out of those mugs for cargoes to be happy.
No, I mean, just gotta be talking about it seriously, you know? It's like,
and there were even some
let's get to the point. I know, that's what I'm saying on my stream. It's like fake smiles and stuff, man. I don't know.
They're literally like reminiscing right now.
They're wasting time
as well.
I was 100.
Let's get it. Let's see them step up to the plate and defend some of the decisions they're gonna make. Right? They're calling the shot. That's how they do the servers. Let's hear their stance on it.
Yeah.
Talking about that too makes me think of like the arenas and the arena system. That was a whole new.
We're doing
world
like an
for
introduction
us,
to
you know,
like
with
what
battlegrounds and the way they worked before, like the way the
Like
matchmaking
imagine
happened. Usually I was
letting someone that didn't know what grounding totem is decide the fate of the server.
It was just there to be casual, or you know, even though
As
we
Crix
were a
would
good
say.
team, we weren't like the best of the best. So when we ended up going against one of those teams, it was just like, well, geez, we're just getting stomped now. This is tough. Arena gave everyone an opportunity to play against equal-minded opponents, right? So if you were a little bit more casual, you get the opportunity to play against people who weren't maybe so competitive. Or if you were like cutting edge,
Yeah, they
go for
didn't
it, like
say
try to be
anything
the best
about
of the best. And what was great about that is it really just it spawned an esport. Like
that.
that wasn't we didn't design it for that. We just wanted people to have fun. But when we noticed like, hey, everybody's playing this, everybody's like competing in this, people are watching it, we had to embrace that. We started featuring it at BlizzCons, and we've been doing it every year since.
Arena tournaments for TBC.
I think one of my favorite things to recollect was the exciting zones that you would travel through. One of my favorite memories was actually in the first zone, Hellfire Peninsula, and it was adventuring around
literally
Hellfire
like a
Peninsula,
10-minute block
going
of
around and
the
doing all
deep
this
dive,
quests,
going
and
into just
I was
all
the
the
fear of the Bell Reaper.
I think
Because
most people maybe they're not
parts from like a broken
entrenched in
and you'd be fighting off your hellbores, and then all of a sudden you see
This would be like an interview with me and Cargos right now. Just fucking going on about random shit.
You're like, oh my god, I got a writings right on top of it.
Twitter.
Sounds still haunts my dreams.
I know, yeah, it's terrifying.
Guys, there's a spot on this round table for me. Right there, look, right there. I can fit there.
And then the payoff when you later go to Netherstorm and they give you the quest, they're like, could you get me a part from inside the Fell Reaver? You're gonna have to kill him. And you're like that guy? Like that guy that used to terrorize me? They're like, yeah, I think you could take him now. And that was such an exciting payoff to be able to like bring that full circle and go back and see him again.
For me, I snuck into beta. I got really lucky because I could see the construction sign for some of the zones, and of course I ignored it and went and explored. So I remember running through Blade's Edge and just seeing dragon carcasses and skeletons impaled in the environment, and then moving on to Netherstorm. I just was blown away, even from Zangermarsh all the way through. Everything felt like its own world.
Fresh.
That and just the delight of it and the epicness of it, and then you come up to Area 52. That's what I love about WoW is you can have epic storylines and still find lightness in it. So I just loved it. I love it. I'm an explorer, so.
You know, for me, I remember Burning Crusade really opened up a new gameplay type for me. I became a collector in Burning Crusade.
We don't care. We want a patch. Let's go.
I started with the Outdoor Inscriber because I got my Outdoor rep all the way up, and then.
Sorry if the sound is
scuffed,
guys.
guys.
Hopefully it's not too bad. Just keep putting the feedback in.
And I was like, I bet I can. You know, just and I did, and it was cool. It was really fun. But then I started doing other things.
Got a mid guy. This is fucking hilarious. Like, the fact that we're all waiting on the fucking edge of our seats and this is what they're talking about right now.
But then like things like Netherweed Ledge came out.
I don't know if they're gonna talk about the issues of the server though, man. I think that maybe that's too niche
Of course,
or
we
something.
also had flying mounts, which I love.
Please tell me this isn't a 30-minute reminiscing around a table.
Like, hey guys, listen, we really like TBC. Trust us, we do. Like, okay.
Is this called Deep Dive? That's what it's called on the schedule?
Yeah, it was called the
You fly around and ask me that.
I mean, they legit call it a deep dive.
Here we go.
That's
Here we
just a
go.
quick look
Okay.
at some of our memories for Burning Crusade, and that was 13 years ago. So that code has been hanging around for 13 years. And we're not just doing a save as Burning Crusade Classic.
No, it's a lot harder than that.
So let's get into some of those details.
Okay. One of the challenges has been that we don't actually want to ship on the old code, and the reason for that is because it's got a lot of bugs and difficulties with the architecture that we don't want to have to deal with. But we do want that old data. And we talked about this when we did the original launch of Classic, was how the data is really the thing that describes how the game is supposed to to be played and what things are supposed to happen in it. And so we want to bring that old data and we want to run it on the modern code, the same as we did for Classic. And there's like 750,000 rows of data that we have to go through and convert from their old formats to their new formats. And fortunately, we have really talented engineers, and we run automated scripts that go through this. But even after we run these scripts, we have to compare them with, with how it used to behave and make sure that we've actually done the conversion correctly. And then there's even some things that are making it more difficult this time, like the fact that we've made a couple of minor changes or bug fixes in the Classic data, and we want to make sure that we keep those as we're going into Burning Crusade. So we have to merge those changes with the changes that happened with the Burning Crusade originally, and make sure we have a coherent set of changes that make sense to bring us from Classic into Burning Crusade.
There's an enormous amount of time spent looking at, okay, this is how it came out now.
We're going back
we have a
down
reference
here.
client that is
the
the original.
That's right. We do use the old code for that. So like we still have it. We just don't want to ship on that anymore. But we have like the old code with the old data and knows exactly how it's supposed to behave. So those things work together. We can bring that up internally and take a look at it and say like, okay, this is how it was back then. This is exactly what it used to look like. And we do sometimes find things that are bugs we still want to fix. But a lot of times it will tell us like, oh, this thing is not a bug. This is actually the intended behavior. Or this is something we don't really remember right. There's a tendency to want to chase your own memory. Like, I remember it being like this. And it's like, no.
Just what I said, you guys, that's this girl right here.
Exactly
I don't know. I have no idea where it's at.
Human failing, even us. And so a lot of times we'll
I put
have
the
no
things out of the way.
I
I don't know.
This way. Let's go, Jack. We can look.
Well, another
Not where the
reason I
beanbag
ship on
is.
the new code is really just the years of stability improvements and the fact that
Nah,
the
that might
world
be
looked the
fake,
same
bro. No way.
back in
I remember
2007 as it
that
is
when
today.
that came out.
There wasn't cloud architecture at that point. I remember I had the privilege of being on the live ops team where I got to see what all the servers looked like and how it was all architected. And to pull back the curtain on this a bit, the way it was is everything was its own like server, right? Like they didn't really talk to each other very well. So each realm had 11 blades on it. And these blades were just bare metal blades, and like one blade was for Azeroth, one blade was for Kalimdor, one was for Outland, and then we had some for instances. And back then, what would happen without cloud is you would try to request resources, and maybe a lot of people were running dungeons, and so it would give you back things like transfer reported instance not found.
Wait, that's not true.
Like we don't want to go back to those.
Where'd you hear that, Chris?
So now we can take advantage of things like the cloud
Chris
and not
is
have
true.
those resource issues.
Oh, okay.
So shipping on this new code is a big improvement in stability.
Yeah, and so we're weaving all these threads together. We did finally get a build for Burning Crusade Classic. Super excited. With the team gets together, we're preparing for a playtest, and we go to create our characters, and we see this blood elf who, he remembers the sunlight.
Oh, God.
Forgot his
What? Yeah. So everything didn't work the first time?
What? I know.
Yeah, I did mention like we had to go through and check for problems in those conversion scripts. So yeah, sure enough, what's going on here is this guy thinks he's dressed, but he isn't. And you can see why he thinks he's dressed if you
Does
look
that
at
happen to you a lot?
Only in my high school dress.
You can see if you look at his cap. You can see that he's got they're flared out because he thinks he's wearing boots. And the way the system works is we first set the geometry up for all the items that you're supposed to be wearing, and then we layer on various images that we call textures. And we use those to build up a single composite texture that's then wrapped around the geometry. But of course, in this case, when we were layering them on, none of the textures were assigned. So it just started with his,
They're really
naked
talking
body,
about this
and
for-
then was going to go layer on textures and
Yeah,
find
this
it.
blows
So
my
it
mind.
thinks he's dressed, and so it's removed the underwear.
Character
It thinks it's put
boost.
clothes on top, but there isn't anything there. They're all just completely transparent.
The
It's like
TLDR
it's almost like
is
the Emperor's
developing his
clothes.
heart,
He's wearing
and we
invisible
understand that.
clothes,
We
only
just
in
want
this
to know
case
when
that's
it's going to
really
be
what's
done.
happening.
We'll see. They're getting there.
And then, of course, I wanted to
Haven't even
try
heard about
Druid,
like
because
2.4.3 yet or anything like that. Like, come
I'm an
on.
Alliance girl. And this Drenai looks to be heads above the rest.
That's not the Exodar.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
It is, and that's exactly the problem. It looks like the Draenei is too tall, but the real problem is that we're in the wrong place. And so yeah, when you go to the Dunmorrow character select screen, of course the camera is positioned for much shorter races like gnomes and dwarves, and so it's about knee high on a Draenei.
And then water. Really, Brian, we have water in Hellfire?
Yeah, so it turns out that Outland has a funny, unique feature that it doesn't have any oceans because the water just all falls off the edges and goes out into space or something like that. I'm not sure how that works in the game universe, but yeah, there's no ocean there. But we had accidentally flagged it to generate ocean, so we had
I know what's in there.
an ocean until we found that and turned it back off.
So through all of these processes, yes, we're obviously we're fixing what is broken, but also we thought it was a good time to start enacting what we call some changes.
Okay.
To gameplay and how things should work.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, like Classic, our guiding principle was no changes. The goal was to provide as true to life, authentic experience of Classic that we possibly could for the community. And we accomplished that. What was interesting to me is to see this vibrant community that embraced it and then said, hey, but we're not exactly the same as we were 15 years ago, right? And they're right. Like, the times have changed. The world has changed. And so some of those things that maybe were out there that were not great and were warts back in the day is not something that we would want to ship again, like something that feels a little buggy or wrong or incorrect. So the idea behind this is let's provide what the Burning Crusade experience was without those warts.
This really, I think, illustrates the difference is spell batching. We actually had a lot of requests originally for spell batching in that kind of no changes charge, where they said, hey, I remember when I used to be able to have two mages polymorph one another, and they would both end up polymorphed. And that's cute and fun, and I kind of like that. And so we said, okay, well, we can put that back in. But the system that causes that is, of course, that the spells are batched up and processed in these giant batches. But over the last 2 years, people realized that what that comes with is about half a second of kind of built-in latency, where you push a button and it doesn't actually take effect for that half a second while it's waiting to queue up the other ones to go with it. And people were starting to find that frustrating. I talked to a lot of people who said they were excited about it when it first came out with Classic, but after they've been playing with it for 2 years, they're really ready to see it go. And we're ready to take it out too. So we're going to remove spell batching with Burning Crusade.
That's talking about because I remember 2 weeks I get a book report Vash is broken again. And it was because of stuff like this, right? Like if you vanish at the same time a fireball's hitting you, it's going to pop you out. Right?
Exactly.
And so we were trying to do all these tactical solutions to it. But the real answer is just don't spell bash.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the ability
Especially
to do that.
pre-patch
Glad we're doing it now.
Yeah.
Another one that I can think of is just how the raiding community is matured, right? Like things were very different back in 2004, 2005 timelines compared to today. So, the raiding community knows exactly what's going on, and they want a challenge. They want more of a challenge. So, rather than always giving them like the last version of the boss, the final form of the boss, which maybe has been hit with a few nerfs, let's not do that anymore. Let's give them a more challenging version of the boss. Like, I'll give you an example of like, right, where the initial version of that boss had a lot of spell pushback. And so, like, that made it really tough to bring casting classes to that fight. We did fix that pretty quickly and change the fight to allow for that. Now, that's a change we probably would incorporate in this, right? Like, we don't want people to feel excluded or not part of being able to do a fight like that. But then, probably a month or so after that, we nerfed Mover's Health. That doesn't need to happen. Let's just keep it in our form. We can evaluate any changes we need after that.
It's a unique selling point for Classic.
That's
huge.
That is huge.
You can say it's harder.
Yeah. So how did your mage handle the pushback?
I just
It feels personal. Yeah.
No, I was the raid leader, so I got the
one mage allowed to go.
Honestly, that's one of my favorite fights in World of Warcraft. That was a really, really fun fight.
That's awesome. Another change that we're talking about making is along the lines of that PvP balance and faction balance is, obviously with Burning Crusade, Paladins are introduced to the Horde and Shamans are introduced to the Alliance, and that was intended to be a balancing of the factions and let's make them even. And then they wanted to kind of keep a little bit of flavor of that faction identity, so they kept Seal of Blood on the Horde and Seal of Vengeance on the Alliance. It was intended to be equivalent power abilities that were just slightly different in flavor, but in retrospect, Seal of Blood was just so much better. And so one of the changes that we are going to make is we are going to give the opposite factions.
That's pretty sweet, man.
But we're going to do that at next level. So we keep just a little bit of that faction identity, where Horde will get Seal of Blood at level level 64.
Triple good
on
news,
schedule,
right?
And then get Seal of Vengeance at level
Wow.
70. And similarly, Alliance
Some
will get
changes
Seal
are
of
good, I
Vengeance
guess.
at level 64.
I wonder if they're gonna talk
And
about this
their
boost though,
equivalent
man. Is
Seal
it
of
just me?
Vengeance.
Am I the only one that this is
Another
like
thing we
fucking
want to talk about is arena teams. When it first came out in Burning Crusade, the arena team system only let you have the same number of players on your team that was the size of the bracket it was for. So, for example, a 3v3 team could only have 3 players on the team. So if someone was like sick or unavailable one night, you couldn't play. And that felt really frustrating. So we're definitely going to go with like the last version of that, where you could have
Incoming
twice the size of the
selling arena
bracket
boosts,
on your
too.
team
You're
roster.
on the team.
So that you had all